Howdy folks, Bodine 52. I am out and about with my lovely bride, Mrs. Bodine. Say hello.
Hello.
I'll tell you what, it's a little chilly today, but we wanted to get out on the bike and just kind of hit the roads and maybe grab lunch somewhere, and that was kind of the plan today. But a couple things happened. One is, I watched a video this morning from Bluegrass Riders, and also from BlacktopDevil, that had me thinking. And then I got a text a few minutes ago from my sister who said she totaled her car. So we're on the way to see how she is. But I want to share a little bit about these videos because I think it's important. Stay tuned. Hey, Mrs. Bodine.
Yes, Mr. Bodine.
Look, there's a camera right here pointing at us. Look over on my right shoulder.
Awesome.
Right on my right shoulder, this shoulder, remember?
That's the one I'm looking over.
All right, you waving? Because, you sometimes do get your left and your right mixed up.
I do that.
So, I was watching, actually it happened, I got a message from Bluegrass Riders, myself, Harley Davidsson Rider, and Bronco Ride, after our live feed last Sunday night. And he sent a message to all of us about an accident that a buddy he was riding with was involved with. And I read the message, and he said he had a video up on his YouTube page, and I didn't immediately go out and check it out. Tied up in a couple different things, really no reason. And no reason that's important. And so this morning I'm watching BlacktopDevil, and he's talking about the same video. And it's titled 911 and ID, right? And I'm going to need that if I go any closer to this car.
Yeah.
So, and as many of you know, and Mrs. Bodine actually doesn't know, so she's going to find out right now, I had a close call a couple weeks ago, which I did a video on. So a lot of things going on, especially everybody's been inside, and now everybody's out riding, and traffic everywhere, and just crazy stuff going on, right? So let me tell you a little bit of the story of Bluegrass Rider, or Riders, I think it is. I'm going to link the description in. Or a link to his channel as well as the video in the description so you can check it out. It's worthy of 11 minutes. So he was riding, and hopefully I'll get this mostly right. He was riding with a couple buddies, and he was in the number one position, and obviously two buddies behind, and he noticed in his rearview mirror, I'm not sure if he said he heard something or not, that he saw his buddy going into a ditch, and the bike and him were airborne. So he ultimately ended up stopping, got around, called 911, got people out there, and it was bad, right? So, and I'm not going to go through all of it because I really want you to watch the video because it really kind of hit me, right? So he, so when the ambulance and the paramedics come, I guess they ask him a bunch of questions about obviously the guy's name. I'm assuming he was unconscious. Do you know his his emergency contact information? And the guy's like, Bluegrass is like, no, I don't. And he's like, do you know if he has any allergies or anything to meds? And he goes, no, I don't. Because he's a buddy, right? He's riding with you. You probably don't know that information. I don't know that information about people I ride with, right?
Right.
So what ended up happening is that they were going to fly a helicopter in to get him, and that I guess got called off or something, so they took him to the hospital. And needless to say, tragically, his buddy passed away. So, first of all, our condolences. I reached out to Bluegrass today, and I guess the funeral was yesterday. And it's extremely sad and tragic. I can't even think about what those guys are going through, or the families. So our condolences to them. But the purpose of his video was really about having emergency contact information on you, which I thought was really interesting. And BlacktopDevil showed in his video this morning, and watch that one too. It'll make more sense if you watch Bluegrass's first, that he has an emergency contact in his wallet that he carries like right behind, either behind or in front of his driver's license. So that makes a lot of sense, right? It has, his wife's name, phone number. I don't know if there's blood type and stuff on that. But, his point was, hey, look, I don't have that necessarily. He said I need to update it. Well, I don't even have that on me, right? So Mrs. Bodine's on the bike with me today. And, but I ride a lot alone. So, what happens if you don't have that on? Could you have, that information is important. I think they ended up having to go to where this guy worked, HR department, to get the contact information. So, just a tragic event, and I don't know how Bluegrass Riders, found a way to try to give us all a teaching moment during that, but he did, and thankful for that. So, I'm going to make sure that I do that. Now, he also talked about there's a way on your phone that you can put emergency contact stuff in. I think I see that sometimes when I push the iPhone button twice accidentally. Now, that's a place you can put it, or on a card, or on both. So, just awful news, but it really kind of hit home. And with my video that I showed, and I'll link that in the description as well, where I kind of had a close call. And, now just hearing a few minutes ago what's going on with my sister, and we're heading over to her house now, it makes you think that we probably should go do that. So, makes you think, doesn't it, Mrs. Bodine, even whether you're riding a car or not, because a motorcycle is more dangerous. Who's kidding who? But regardless, you should have that, right? I guess in a car you're going to have your insurance certificate and stuff. But man, we got to go get a couple of those for us. Okay.
You don't have to carry an insurance certificate on your bike?
I do, but it doesn't still have,
Not like the other one.
Yeah, no, but it doesn't have the information about who's your emergency contact. What are you allergic to anything? I think one of the questions that they were asked was he on blood thinners? Right? So, important stuff that somebody may need if you happen to be in an accident. So, just what was kind of on my mind thinking today, and, I wanted to make feel awful for Bluegrass and his buddies' families, and think as we're in a brother and sisterhood, we owe it to each other to do our part to share the news. So that's what this video is doing. So I hope you take that into account and think about getting one of those for yourself, and then maybe sharing it with a couple other people. I'll plan to do that as well. And I know that there's one other thing that I want to talk about on this, and I know this is a touchy subject with some folks, and I believe everybody has the right to ride and do what they want in America, right? But I will tell you, his buddy was not wearing a helmet. The coroner said that he thinks that he would have lived if he had a helmet on. Whether that's the truth or not, I don't know. This isn't a debate on whether you have the right to wear a helmet or not, because you do, and I don't judge people one way or the other, but you guys are all friends of mine, so I'm going to tell you my position is I want you around, wear a helmet, please. All right, Mrs. Bodine, a little serious video from us, but when you lose somebody and have a message, sometimes you got to send it, right?
Right. Very sad.
Yeah, it definitely is. So we are going to try to stay focused on the road, which is what's important as well when you're out riding, and following these two chaps here. And we're going to go check on my sister, and I'll let you know how that works out. So this is Bodine 52. You checking out, Mrs. Bodine? Any comments from you?
Stay safe and hug your loved ones.
There you go. Important stuff, right? Alrighty, folks. We'll talk to you soon. Take care. Be safe. Call a friend. Bye-bye.